They think we're idiots. They think we're idiots, dude. Whoa. Whoa. Who just got the party started? Oh my God. Neon Leopard just tipped 30 juicy sewer bucks to get the party started right. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Neon Leopard. Let's read your message. She says, love your shirt. Oh, thank you so much. Are you a Guns N' Roses fan? The greatest band of all time? Seriously, thank you so much for the generous support and also getting my spirits up right away, right off the bat. I appreciate you very much. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, guys. So, this CHARLiE KiRK situation. They think we're a bunch of idiots. They think we're a bunch of stupid idiots. All right? With this whole shooter thing. You know, I found it very surprising that when these are the text messages from the shooter and his boyfriend who wears a wig, because the shooter's a gaylord, obviously. Gays are so violent these days, huh? Gays and trannies? Like, what's their deal, dude? But that's the thing. I mean, if you take it up the ass all day long, you're going to get angry. You're going to have some anger issues. You know what I'm saying, dude? I just got a message from my buddy Laser. And he sent a message saying, F this world. And he included a picture of the new April O'Neil figure, action figure. Take a look at this. This is April O'Neil, folks. In this woke hellhole of a world we live in now. That's April O'Neil. Do you guys remember what April O'Neil looked like in the 80s? She was a smoke show. A dime piece. Dude, I would have totally married 80s April O'Neil. Look at that, dude. Literally fat. Literally fat. Look at the shape. Look at that upper body going into the upper thighs. Just a sphere. A sphere. This is April O'Neil. And you know what else? Being a big Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan, I happened to watch a little bit of the newer animated show. I don't know what it's called. I'm not even going to look it up. But the April O'Neil in that show is this ghetto black chick. This one, I think, is a fat white woman. Okay, you know what? Maybe I will look it up. TMNT animated show April. And she talks like a ratchet bitch, too. Let's just jump to the images. Let's see if I can find this. That's the one. That's the one. Right there. Yeah. This is April O'Neil. This is April O'Neil. Tits down by the waist. Number 1. Number 2, it's a black chick. Number 3, the way she talks in that show. Just ghetto. They try to ruin everything that is sacred to us. to break our morale. Look right here what April O'Neil looked like in 87. That is a hottie. Look at this chick. And you can't even see your taters in this. The original April O'Neil had taters. Okay. Look at this, dude. This is from the actual cartoon, dude. Look at this, dude. Look at this, dude. This is what we had. Don't ever forget what they took from us. Don't you ever forget what they took from us. They took away April O'Neil's taters. Maybe that's why boys didn't wear dresses back then. That's actually an interesting point, dude. Because this type of imagery just reinforced heterosexuality, right? But when April O'Neil is a ratchet black chick, you're going, you know what? Maybe I should do a guy in the bungus. Listen, nothing against black women, but April O'Neil was not a black woman. That's the issue here. Okay? Come up with a new character. Come up with a new character. Dude, it's so sad what they've done. Oh my gosh, dude. What a smoke show. Look at that. Oh wow, dude. Nothing against black women. Come on, let's all be honest here. Dude, do you know who one of my biggest crushes was in the 90s? Before I was born, because we all know I'm 19 years old. Naomi Campbell. Naomi Campbell. I'm about to get a boner. Why are you assuming that I don't have one currently? Don't try to tell me that prime Naomi Campbell wasn't gorgeous, okay? Dude, look at this. This is from the cartoon, dude. Look at those taters just trying to get out. Hey, Sewer King, have you seen the Carl's Jr. ad where it says mother effer in the ad? No, I have not. Jessica Alba was gorgeous. Too bad she turned out to be a retard. And I think, you know, I didn't realize it at the time because I was just a kid. But oh, wow. Somebody made a video about what I'm saying here. Look at this. Look at this. They're comparing. Oh, my God. There's a video discussing what I'm discussing right now. Okay. We'll watch this. We'll watch this. But, you know, I had an affinity to April O'Neil. What about Kate Beckinsale? Oh, my God. Dude. She's in my top 3 all time. Top 3 all time. Celebrities. As far as celebrities go. I think one of my affinities to... until she started dating that weirdo SNL guy, the comedian. What's his name? That tall, goofy guy. I have no idea how he gets all the hottest chicks in Hollywood. I don't get the appeal. He just looks like a meth head. What's his name? Pete Davidson. Yeah. No, once you started dating him, I was done with her. I was done with her. Completely done. Sarah Michelle Gellar, no, I never liked her. She has an ugly nose. Yeah, once she went out with Pete Davidson, I was done with her. Completely wrote her off. Completely wrote her off. Because when you see who a woman is dating or has dated, that can just totally ruin her for you. You know what I mean? Because you go, oh, you're retarded. So anyways, I had an affinity towards April O'Neil, and now I realize it's not just because she was a hottie, but because she was a journalist, and so am I. I didn't realize it at the time, but it was like kindred spirits. Oh, here's another video. Why is April O'Neil ugly? Okay, guys, we're going to watch this. Okay. Okay, let's check this out.
It is never too late to be what you might have been. Everyone has a calling. Maybe the path...
If you've seen the trailer for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, then you have witnessed April O'Neil's ugliest iteration, yet absolutely deliberate. You cannot convince me otherwise. But apparently just saying that makes you a bigot. Apparently pointing out the, objective elephant in the room, in this case, that being April O'Neil, makes you a bigot. Okay. So if you...
Someone invite this chick to the sewer, okay? She's fighting for the same cause.
You have not seen her yet. I'm sorry, I have to be the one that has to show you. But anyway, let me go ahead and dive into this video.
What is wrong with my computer?
People are mad. People are very mad. Even me saying all this made people even more mad. But I mean, people want to sit here and argue and say, but she's cute. What are you talking about? She's cute. Okay, maybe you can think that. Maybe individually you might think she's attractive or she's just as gorgeous as she's ever been. But don't fool yourself into thinking that conventionally that is the case. And
they completely flipped the proportions of April O'Neil. She went from being hourglass, so it's smallest right here, to being the biggest here. And as she's saying, it's 100% on purpose, dude. They're trying to break us. They're trying to break us, dude.
People love to just pull the race card on this situation, but this has nothing to do with race, because
it also has something to do with race. If they made April O'Neil a hot black chick, would it be better than this? Yes, it would. But it would still be the very obvious race swapping that is just so tiresome. So yes, the race also does matter. Because April O'Neil is white. That's why it matters. Not because black people bad, but because April O'Neil is white.
Dead gorgeous black women exist. I think that it's extremely racist to imply otherwise, to imply that the reason we think she is unattractive is because of her race. How absurd. Okay, now I think that it's completely valid for people to want April O'Neil to look like she did in the past and to be accurate to her character, in this case her race, and her last name being O'Neil. Clearly she's of Irish or Scottish descent. So
that's a good point. The last name is O'Neil, not Oceaniqua. It's just so tiresome. It's just so tiresome, dude. We're not being represented enough. Now they're being overrepresented. See, that's the thing. And these people don't understand math. And I don't mean black people, but I mean the people in charge of Hollywood and the people pushing the woke agenda. Is that they don't understand demographics, statistics, and representation. So black people are 13% of the U.S. population. But to woke Hollywood, the cast has to be at least 50% black. and the other 50% made up of Indians and some Oriental, right? Because they're pushing Chinese people as leads now too, or Korean. They're pushing Indians a lot. So to say represented enough, you should be represented. No, first of all, you shouldn't be represented by numbers. Okay? If they're doing a movie about the Irish 300 years ago, you can't go, okay, 13% have to be black, 9% have to be Chinese, 8% have to be Indian. No, because this story is about white people in a white setting. You can't arbitrarily apply these numbers of representation to a story. If you're making a story about something that happens on an Indian reservation in Canada, okay, we have to have 50% blacks, we have to have 13% Chinese, we have to have 7% Indian. No, because it's about an Indian reservation. First of all, that's first of all. It should be based on the goddamn story. If it's a story about people in the hood, make it 100% black. Or maybe have one white guy who, takes the wrong turn and they curb him. They just stomp him out. If we want to make a realistic movie, that's what would happen to the white guy. So first of all, it should depend on the story. Number one. Number two, if you do want to play this stupid thing, Chappelle reference spotted? Dude, I never watched the Chappelle show, so any reference I made was an accident. Unless you're talking about somebody who said something in the chat. Oh, they understand they just want to trigger everybody? That could be it too. She's a Haitian anchor baby iteration of April O'Neil. But if you do want to play the representation thing, well, then it has to be 13% black in the movie, not 50%. Not every goddamn laundry detergent commercial is a black man with a white woman. It's not 50%. It's not 75%. It's 13% if you want to play by those numbers. And the cast would still be a majority heterosexual white if it's set in the USA. It's not 50% black, 50% Chinese. That's not what it is. Okay? People are sick of it, dude. People are sick of it.
That is completely fair to want, but the whole notion that wanting her attractive is racist is just absurd. And I made this tweet, which, oh my gosh, did people get mad? I said, as always, people are pulling the racist card at any April O'Neil criticism, white activists at that, because that is most of who's complaining. April is supposed to be beautiful. They could have given us a cute black April. They made her ugly on purpose. Race plays no role in that. So if...
No, she's not going far enough. She's not going far enough. She's trying to be safe here, saying we would have been happy with a beautiful black April O'Neil. No. It would have been less bad. Sure. It would have been less bad, but still completely unacceptable. Still completely unacceptable. All right, back to Charlie Kirk. Listen, Charlie was fighting for the same stuff here, okay? This is relevant, tangentially, okay? Calm down. Just calm down. And maybe we'll watch this other video about it later. So, here's the thing. What I found surprising is that when the gay shooter, this guy, turned himself in, or his dad turned him in, whatever, it doesn't matter. When that happened, most everybody was like, oh, phew, they got the shooter. And that was it. Huh? What? You think this 22-year-old Gaylord pulled that off by himself? He just got a furry homo. That's right, he's a furry. I forgot. So he just got onto the roof by himself. Guys, do you know you can't just get on the roof of these buildings? You can't get access to them. How did he get access to it if he was working alone? Now, here's where things get a little weird in that, you know, some people who do have a problem with this explanation of, oh, it was just him and he's caught. It's all wrapped up neatly. There were stairs. Dude, those stairs are blocked off. If there is a ladder or something, they put something over it so you can't climb any further, and it's got a lock on it. And people who want access need the key, unlock it, move the metal thing out of the way, and go up. You can't just go on the roof of a building at a university, dude. Explain the book that was published the day before he was killed. Yeah, that too. You saw him jump off the building in the security camera footage. Yes? What's your point? I'm not saying he wasn't there, and I'm not saying he didn't shoot CHARLiE. Because here's the other thing. People saying, and I had an issue with this too. Like, how could this guy have been such a good shot? You know, a furry Gaylord. How could he have been such a good shot? That's true. But then some of the theories about that are a little hard to believe. So, for example, he just shot a blank and there was another shooter that got CHARLiE. Well, that other shooter would have had to have fired at the exact same fraction of a second. So is the shooter watching him from however far away, seeing his finger on the trigger, looking at him, and then firing at CHARLiE? Oh, he shot him. Oh, let me shoot at CHARLiE. You know, if this guy's shooting a blank so that he thinks he shot him, because if he didn't think he shot him, he'd be telling the cops, no, I pulled the trigger and then CHARLiE got hit 15 seconds later. It wasn't me. Because this guy's not going to take the fall unless he thinks that he did it. Because what would be his motivation? Let's say it's Israel behind it and they give him $10 million. You can't spend it when you get executed, when you get the death penalty in 6 months from now. Or 10 years, however long it takes for them to pull that off. When he hops off the roof, he doesn't have the rifle. I know it looks like that, but then it also looks like he had a bag that could have had the gun in if he broke it down, but then he went in the woods and then built it back up. Yeah, no, I know. I know. No, dude, listen. My whole point is that this is fishy and there's more people involved. I just don't understand how somebody else could have shot him at the same time this guy pulled the trigger. But listen, I am open to your theories. I don't have anything figured out here other than this is fishy. And then we have that private jet that took off very close by and went off radar. Was the real shooter in there? Or is this guy the real shooter, but the people that helped him were on that plane? I don't know, guys. I don't know. And we'll never know. We'll never know. Because the FBI seems quite happy with it just being him. Listen, I'm not so arrogant to say I have it figured out. He's definitely the shooter. He definitely wasn't the shooter. Yada, yada. But I'm telling you, this guy did not operate alone. That's all I'm definitely sure of. There's a guy to the right side of CHARLiE with some kind of homemade weapon. Dude. That was a long-range rifle you heard in the footage. You guys heard that shot. In fact, when I watched that right after it happened, live on stream, I said sniper, right? And then later they had the old guy, so I thought, oh, I guess I misheard, and it was some old guy with a revolver in the crowd. But my first reaction was sniper. So I don't know what your homemade weapon is going to make that type of sound. Oh, hang on. I got to plug this in. Some people are saying he had a bulletproof vest and it hit that and ricocheted up. I guess that's possible. Apparently the rifle was the twink's grandfather's rifle. Yes, so let's go through these. Let's watch this vid and then we'll go through his text messages where he covers that. I'm not exactly sure what's in this video, but let's find out together.
The roommate. Police interviewed Robinson's roommate, a biological male who was involved in a romantic relationship with Robinson. The roommate told police that the roommate...
Guys, I have a problem with saying biological male. There's males and there's females. What's a biological male? What's a biological male? It's a male. A woman dressed up as a man is not a man. They're just men and women. We gotta stop pandering to these people and using their language. It's just a male, dude. There's males and females. And there's males that dress up as women, and there's women that dress up as men. And maybe they cut off their genitals too. That's fine. You're still just a man or just a woman. So what he's saying is, this shooter is a gay, and his boyfriend is a dude in a wig. That would be so much better if that's what the coverage was here. The shooter's boyfriend who wears a wig and lipstick. And wouldn't that discourage more shooters? Just make them look like total losers? Okay, I've watched a lot on this, and from what I see, it looks like possibly he was wearing a bulletproof vest, but I don't think he was because you can see his nipples through his shirt. Yeah, it didn't look to me. I'd have to check it out again. But if you're just wearing a white t-shirt, it'd probably be pretty obvious you're wearing a bulletproof vest underneath. That'd be kind of bulky. Could be wrong. I don't know. What I do think that possibly happened is the entry wound was on the left side of his upper shoulder and it ricocheted upwards and came out the neck. But dude, wouldn't that have been... So, it would have to be, if that's the case, there would have to be a cover-up from the FBI, from the coroner themselves, which I'm not saying that's not possible, but then that means the FBI's in on it. Because it'd be very obvious to see, oh, there's a bullet hole from his lower shoulder blade going up. The shooter was behind him. Right? So what I'm saying is, there's various situations. One is that, Israel did it, or the CIA, or whoever did it, or it was a bunch of independent people, but they were funded by Soros, let's say, for example. But the FBI is true and honest. In which case they would see, no, the entry wound is from behind him, and that guy wasn't the shooter. What else is going on? But, sure, there's also the possibility that the FBI's in on it. They would have to be if the entry wound is from behind. Because a coroner on his first day on the job would be able to see that. That's not getting past them. So Kash Patel would have to be in on killing Charlie Kirk. That's what you're saying. Now listen, I'm not a Cash Patel fan, but I'm just saying, dude, any retard at the coroner's office would say, hey, what's this bullet hole in his shoulder blade?
Received messages from Robinson about the shooting, and he did provide those messages to police. On September 10th, 2025, the roommate received a text message from Robinson which said, "Drop what you're doing. Look under my keyboard." The roommate looked under the keyboard and found a note that stated, quote, "I had the opportunity to take out CHARLiE KiRK, and I'm going to take it." Police found a photograph of this note. The following text exchange, then took place. After reading the note, the roommate responded, "What? You're joking, right?" Robinson, "I am still okay, my love, but I'm stuck in Orem for a little while longer yet."
Oh, dude. One guy saying to another guy, "My love." Ugh. Disgusting. He should get the death penalty just for saying that. Having said that, these text messages, as we'll see a little later, seem a little fishy. Like they never happened and they were written after the fact as part of the cover-up. Okay? So we'll hear what they supposedly said to each other in the text messages, and then we'll go over how, did they though? One thing right off the bat is that his boyfriend in the wig didn't know about this. This guy's going to go kill CHARLiE KiRK, and all the preparation involved with that. And he didn't discuss it with his boyfriend beforehand? You don't think these two twinks are sitting there, "Oh, I hate him so much. He pushes hatred. He's literally hunting trans people. I'm going to kill him." Am I right or am I right? What 22-year-old is keeping this from their boyfriend? I'm just going to do it and then tell them afterwards? Come on. So that right off the bat is fishy.
"Shouldn't be long until I can come home, but I gotta grab my rifle still. To be honest, I had hoped to keep this secret till I died of old age. I am sorry to involve you." Roommate, "You weren't the one who did it, right?" Robinson, I am. I'm sorry." Roommate, "I thought they caught the person." Robinson, "No, they grabbed some crazy old dude, then interrogated someone in similar clothing. I had planned."
How would he know that? How would he know that? While the old guy's getting taken away by cops over here, he's run off over there. Unless he's checking updates on the situation on his phone as he's sprinting through the woods. I guess that's possible. He ran through the woods, chucked the rifle that he may or may not have had when he climbed off the roof, and then checks his phone updates of what's going on. Oh, they got this old man, and he watched it on Twitter just like we did. I guess that's possible. But no one would bleed that much out their neck. You're joking. The carotid artery. You're joking. Why would you text your boyfriend this, especially if you live with each other? Just wait until you see them next. Then there would be no evidence. Ooh, another excellent point, Ed. Dude, do you know why you shouldn't get stabbed in the neck? Because you're going to bleed out in seconds. let alone a large caliber bullet going through it. I saw the close-up video. I did too. It looked like something from Mortal Kombat. Sure, but you've never before seen a rifle round going through somebody's carotid artery, right?
To grab my rifle from my drop point shortly after, but most of that side of town got locked down. It's quiet, almost enough to get out, but there's one vehicle lingering. Roommate, why? Robinson, why did I do it? Roommate, yeah. Robinson,
Why do they keep referring to the other person as roommate? I feel like in these situations, we need to humiliate the people involved as much as possible. Don't use their real names, because that's part of the reason why they do it, is for the notoriety, you know, the school shooters and whatnot. Because they have no significance in life, and now they're known as the guy who did this heinous thing. So instead of saying roommate, I would say gay lover. Gay lover says... Imagine just humiliating them. The guy they arrested does absolutely not look like an expert sniper. Well, here's the thing. You'd be surprised what some snipers look like. Having said that, this guy had no training. He's a woke douche from a university. You know, there are some dudes that are incredible shots and you wouldn't be able to tell it looking at them. But they grew up shooting. You know, they're rednecks or they have military training. This guy's just some woke retard. So I agree with you that how the hell is he such a good shot? But I'm just saying you cannot judge. Dude, if you just go on YouTube and look at these people doing trick shots with handguns and whatnot, by looking at them, you wouldn't say, oh yeah, that guy looks like a deadly special ops operator. He is 22. I know Marines who are 35 and expert snipers who could not hit that shot. Dude, come on. An expert sniper couldn't hit that shot? What are you saying? Stop it. An expert sniper? So like the best of the best could probably hit that from damn near a mile, dude. What are you talking about? That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Dude, my first time shooting my handgun, I shot a pebble off the target. He was definitely aiming for CHARLie's head. He missed and still hit the neck. That's possible. Bro, if the shooter was 200 yards away, like they are saying, someone who's never shot a gun can hit that shot in a prone position. But you're built different. That's true. But to say that an expert sniper from the military couldn't hit a shot like that from 200 yards, oh my God, that's absurd, dude. Oh, guys, he's backing it up. Watch the movie with Mark Wahlberg to see what it takes to hit a shot like that. Okay, so you went from knowing several expert snipers to, guys, I saw it in a movie, it's hard. Stop. Great username, though. But you're just being silly.
Had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out. If I am able to grab my rifle, and why did I do it? Roommate, yeah. Robinson, I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out.
Oh, God. Let's say Let's just take it for granted that it is real, these text messages, which they might not be. Probably aren't. But that sentiment was shared by like thousands of other lefties after CHARLiE KiRK was killed. We had to take him out because of his hatred. Hatred is civil debate? But hatred isn't murdering somebody, shooting them in their neck in front of their toddlers and wife. That's not hatred. God, you guys are so peaceful. You're heroes. Oh my God, you guys are just standing up for love, aren't you? Because there's love and there's hate, right? That's the opposite of hate is love. You guys are the shining beacons of love. Executing somebody in front of his small children and wife. Snuffing out his life forever. Yeah, enough of your hatred. Talking to university students in a civil manner, respectfully. Enough of that hatred. Good God, what a bunch of retards. Dude, there are people on YouTube that could make that shot with a handgun. Not many of them. You are assuming he's really dead. Stop believing the media. This is a planned event by the right. Oh, God. Okay, so you... Okay. Guys, this is the same guy that said an expert military sniper could not hit that shot from 200 yards is now saying CHARLiE KiRK is alive. Wow. Just wow. Okay, you should have led with that. You should have led with that, so I just would have ignored everything you had to say after that. Wow. Wow. How would CHARLiE KiRK resume his life after this? You don't think some guy that looks like that, especially after this coverage, would be recognized in public? No witness protection program could help him. He would have to live in solitary confinement for the rest of his life. And for what? Retard. How tall is that dude? He looks like he's 6'3" or something. Thereabouts. Huge head. Very distinctive face. Oh yeah. We'll just move him to Montana. No one will notice. You're rage baiting? I hope he's rage baiting and not this actually stupid. Looks about gay feet tall. I'm talking about CHARLiE KiRK. Why are you calling him gay?
If I am able to grab my rifle unseen, I will have left no evidence. Going to attempt to retrieve it again. Hopefully they have moved. I haven't seen anything about them finding it. Roommate, how long have you been planning this? Robinson, a bit over a week, I believe.
A week to pull that off? To pull off the assassination of CHARLiE KiRK at a university? Just a week? Just a week? So it's the same idiot. I have seen the video probably 20 times. We've all seen it 100 times. What's your point? I know a lot about anatomy. Yeah, maybe men's buttholes. And human biology. Trust me. There's going to be more of the story. Oh my God. Oh my God. He literally said, trust me. He literally said, trust me. You just forgot the bro. You just forgot the bro. Looks like a shaved SK. Are you kidding me? Do you see my jawline? Guys, who's better looking? This guy or me? Come on. Come on. Look at this face. Let's do a profile. Are you stupid? Look at this. Perfection. Perfection right here. Am I literally perfect or what? Come on.
I can get close to it, but there is a squad car parked right by it. I think they already swept that spot, but I don't want to chance it. Robinson again. I'm wishing I had circled back and grabbed it as soon as I got to my vehicle. I'm worried what my old man would do if I didn't bring back Grandpa's rifle. IDEK if it's had a serial number, but it wouldn't trace to me. I worry about prints. I had to leave it.
It wouldn't trace to me, but it would trace to your grandpa, and they could figure out pretty quick that it wasn't grandpa because he was in the old age home. And also, so where he is right now when he's texting, supposedly, just assume this is all real. Okay, for a second. Bear with me here. This guy is outside of where he dumped the rifle, and there's a police squad car right by there, and he's just sitting in his car, looking at the cop, looking at where he dumped the rifle, and he's going, you know, my old man would be really upset if I don't return the rifle, because it was Grandpa's rifle, and blah, blah, blah. You're doing all this right now? Or is your heart beating out of your chest? You're not texting anything. You're thinking, do I go back for the rifle? Oh my God. Do I just get out of here? Whoa. You know, the old man would be really upset if I don't return the gun. Because it was my grandfather's rifle. But it can't be traced back to me. And if there's this... This is what you're saying right now? As you're hiding under the window of your car's window, and you're looking at a squad car, and they're looking for the murderer... Plus, the boyfriend doesn't seem to be freaking out that he just told him that he's committed murder. It's all very fishy.
In a bush where I changed outfits. Didn't have the ability or time to bring it with. I might have to abandon it and hope they don't find prints. How the F will I explain?
I don't see a bulletproof vest here. This is a white t-shirt. There's no more revealing type of t-shirt. Unless the latest bulletproof technology is very, very slim. I do not see a bulletproof vest here. There's no sign of it.
Losing it to my old man. Only thing I left was the rifle wrapped in a towel. Remember how I was engraving bullets? The F in messages are mostly a big meme. If I see notice bulge UWU on Fox News, I might have a stroke all right. I'm going to have to leave it. That really effing sucks. Judging from today, I'd say Grandpa's gun does just fine, IDK. I think that was a $2K dollar scope. Wink, wink. Robinson again, delete this exchange. Again, Robinson, my dad wants photos of the rifle. He says Grandpa wants to know who has what. The feds released a photo of the rifle, and it is very unique. He's calling me, RN, not answering. Robinson, since Trump got into office, my dad has been pretty diehard MAGA. Robinson, I'm going to turn myself in willingly. One of my neighbors here is a deputy for the sheriff. Again, you are all I worry about, love. That came from...
Ugh. You're all I worry about, love. Again, these might be fake texts. It's just, it's nauseating either way. Wouldn't it be funny if they started sexting and he started reading them out? Dude, that would be gold. I can't wait for you to be in my bunkus again, my love. I can't wait to have your throbbing shaft deep down my throat. Dude. You know, this is the stuff that's really demoralizing, is that when you know something else is going on, but you know we'll never get the truth. Just as we'll never get the truth about the JFK shooting, you know, because a couple frames were spliced out at the key moments. The Epstein thing. Oh, the cameras went out conveniently at this exact moment, right? The Epstein list. Oh, there's no list. Oh, that's a hoax. You know, Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison, but there was no crimes committed. Okay. And then this. We all know something's going on. Guess we'll never get to the bottom of it. We'll never get to the bottom of it. Even if Kash Patel knows, that's not being released. As he's proven by not releasing Epstein list, not releasing the JFK stuff. It's just... You know. So, guys, to a certain extent, we just can't get too wrapped up in this stuff, too emotionally invested, because we never win. We never get the answers. We never get a satisfactory resolution. And there won't be a satisfactory resolution to this. This guy's going to go down, and we'll never know what actually happened. Don't give up. Fight harder. The thing is, I'm referring to stuff that is a cover-up that we'll never get the info for. We can't get inside the FBI building and get the documents about a certain case. And even if we did, the evidence has probably been already destroyed.
Robinson, roommate, I'm much more worried about you. Robinson, don't talk to the media, please. Don't take any interviews or make any comments. If any police ask you questions, ask for a lawyer and stay silent. The search for Robinson.
All right, so now I want to look at the actual text messages written in text format as opposed to this guy reading. Because another dead giveaway that these aren't real is he's 22, right? And I'm assuming his boyfriend in a wig is a similar age. All of these messages are using proper capitalization and a lot of punctuation, proper punctuation. So, for example, where is this thing? Okay, so the trans one says, how long have you been planning this? Robinson replies, look, you got to see this. This sentence right here is proof that this is fake. This sentence right here proves that this whole exchange is fake. A bit over a week, comma, I believe, period. So this guy is pissing his pants watching a police car right outside where he left the rifle, and he's trying to get the rifle back. And during this, he's going, a bit over a week, comma, I believe, period. A 22-year-old Zoomer using grammar, using proper punctuation. Way too many commas. That's exactly what I'm saying. And the I believe. Dude, you're in a panic. Do you understand how your hands would be shaking in this situation? Not me, because I'm a cool, calm, smooth operator, but you'd be hitting the wrong button. The biggest adrenaline dump of his life. He just executed a famous person and ran away. He's going like this. A bit over a week, comma, I believe. What 22-year-old Zoomer, woke college student retard goes, a bit over a week, I believe? He would have said, like a week, I guess. Like a week, like a week. Here's the other thing. Not one like in all of this. Not a single like. Have you talked to these people? Every other word is like. Not one like. So, if this was real, and he's actually having this conversation in this moment, this would have been like a week. Like, I can get close to it, but like, there's like a squad car parked like right by it like. Like, I think they already like swept that spot like. That's how these people talk. And there's no emojis, dude. Okay? There's no emojis. Whoa.
Police
God damn it.
Robinson's roommate, a biological male who is...
Hang on. Okay, pause that. Dude, have you talked to Zoomers? Half of this would be emojis. Half of this would be emojis. You've talked to Zoomers, right? Have you talked to Zoomers? Every other word is like, and in between each like is an emoji. For example, look at this. Okay, so the gay roommate lover says, why? Why did you do it? He replies, why did I do it? Question mark. I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out. First of all, you're telling me, as you're crouched in the bushes or in your car, watching a police car, a cop car, right 10 feet away from you, right outside where you left the rifle, you're shaking like this. You just executed somebody publicly in front of the world. Some hate can't be negotiated out. That's what you're typing right now? Some hate can't be negotiated out, period. Really? Really? And then there's the emoji issue. Why did I do it? I had enough of his hatred. In real life, like, why did I do it? Like, I had enough of his hatred. Fire, 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 fire emojis. Dude, half the screen would be like, the other half would be fire emojis. Have you talked to these people? Like, fire emoji, hatred can't be negotiated with. Fire emoji, fire emoji, fire emoji. Low key, yeah. Low key, some hate can't be negotiated out. Fire, 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 fire. And where's FR? Where's for real? FR, FR. Where's NGL? Why did I do it? Dude, this is what he would say. Why did I do it? I had enough of his hatred. Listen, this is what he would actually say. Like, why did I do it? NGL. I had enough of his hatred. Fire emoji, fire emoji, fire emoji. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? NGL. Dude, every other sentence would start with the NGL and end with like and then 3 fire emojis. No cap. Yes, no cap. There'd be caps. It would say no and then a cap emoji. Some hate can't be negotiated out. No cap emoji. Fire, fire, fire. Am I wrong? You've talked to these idiots, right? On God. Yes, on God. Oh, you know what else? He would say, I left the rifle in the bushes on accident. He would say on accident, not by accident, but on accident. Which is wrong, by the way. Dead ass, yes. Oh my God, not a single dead ass in this entire thing. Not a single NGL, not a single on God, not a single no cap, not a single fire emoji. You want me to believe these are 22-year-olds talking over text? Shut up. God damn. Fire Cash Patel put me in there. I'll bust his entire case wide open. And I ain't a pussy like Cash Patel. Come have a talk with me. Come have a talk with me what's going to happen if I release the lists. Dude, there's nothing scarier than a man that has nothing to lose, dude. They've taken everything from me. Threaten me. That list is being released. Some hate can't be negotiated out. As he's hiding in the bushes, pissing his pants. Shaking like he's got Parkinson's. Stop. Just stop. You are right, there's not enough brain rot in that text. Dude, I'm telling you. You know, when I'm texting or messaging, I'll sometimes. So, for example, if I say, "Are you working?" Sometimes I'll go letter R, letter U, working. Are you working? But I do that on purpose to be obnoxious. I normally write out the full "Are you working?" Capitalize the A. And I put punctuation at the end of my sentence. A lot of people don't. They skip periods, they skip question marks, they skip all that. But I'll go just letter R, letter U, working, just to be obnoxious. Just imitating Zoomers. So if you see me do that, I'm just messing with you. But I value proper grammar, proper punctuation, proper capitalization. Number 2 instead of 2. Yeah, I do that too, just to be obnoxious. Whatever happened to the Jews in the wall of the temple in NYC? You know, when they saw Jews coming out of the sewers? Dude, that was me running them out. Dude. What? Yes. Yes, I spell what? W-U-T. Whoa, we got a beep. Ed Harvey. tip 10 juicy superbucks. Let's see what he has to say. Thank you, Ed. My dude, supporting the show. Ed says, SK is uncovering the truth. Keep digging, SK. Dude, thank you so much. And I will keep digging with your support. You guys keep the lights on in the sewer. This is 100% of the money the sewer's making now. It's from the Wednesday stream. No longer have ad revenue from YouTube. No longer have membership revenue. Nothing. This is it. This is it. The Jews built a tunnel under a big Jew temple. I love that I can read this stuff out on KiRK. You know, if I did this on YouTube, my stream would be shut down midstream. The Jews built a tunnel under a big Jew temple to go to some random building, probably for a quick escape in case things go south. They even had a blood-stained mattress down there. Now, the tunnel to get out of there, if that's what it's for, you can't fault them for that. Dude, hang on before you flip out on me. I myself have thought so many times, if I had a house, if I had a cabin, I would want some secret door and then a tunnel and then it comes out in the woods, you know, in case you gotta bounce real fast. You know what I'm saying? So for that, that's just good thinking. But then when you got the stained mattress, and didn't they have like a stroller in there, some creepy stuff? That's where the problem is, dude. Not being smart enough to think ahead and go, oh, I got a tunnel, I can skip out. That's fine. That's ingenuity. But you got bloody mattresses, strollers. Why was that not investigated by the police? Right? This is the best chat I've ever been part of. Because, dude, it's a rat chat. Dude, this is the rat chat. The rats have seen everything that's happened in NYC. We run that town, dude. But you know what threw me off more than the bloody mattress and the stroller and all that stuff, although that was a part of it, is that Jews that have so much money, that control all the biggest money in the world, why was their tunnel so nasty? Let's say that was a rape dungeon. With the money these people control, why not have a nice king-size bed? You know, the one with the nice, huge wooden pillars on every side. Why would you go rape somebody on a bloody mattress on the floor in a sewer tunnel when you control all the money in the world? That's what was weird to me. When I saw the condition of it, it was like, dude, you guys like control trillions of dollars. Have a nicer rape dungeon. Am I wrong? The mattresses weren't bloody before they got done with their victims. I know, but dude, they have plastic mattress protectors. You put sheets on. You wash the sheets. Why would you do it on a raw mattress on the floor in a sewer? I mean, sure, that's how I do it. But I'm the sewer king. Not rape. Consensual. Have a rape Manhattan apartment? Yeah, that too, dude. Dude, they own like almost all the penthouses in Manhattan. They own real estate. Dude, in Canada, it's not like that. The Chinese own all the real estate. But in New York, come on. What are we doing? Dude, I would have so been deleted off of YouTube mid live stream for this. Okay, let's see what else we got. I have so many saved bookmarks, dude, from Twitter over the last few days. Not all of it is the CHARLiE. Most of it isn't the CHARLiE KiRK stuff, but let's see if there's more CHARLiE KiRK stuff we can talk about. So those were the fake ass text messages. Okay, so this is also talking about the text messages. This is from ABC News, I believe. Okay, let's listen to this.
We have seen an alleged murder with such specific text messages about the alleged murder weapon, where it was hidden, how it was placed, what was on it, but also it was very touching in a way that I think many of us didn't expect. A very intimate portrait into this relationship between the suspect's roommate and the suspect himself, with him repeatedly calling his roommate, who is transitioning, calling him my love, and I want to protect you, my love. So it was this duality of someone who the attorney said not only jeopardized the life of CHARLiE KiRK and the crowd, but was doing it in front of children, which is one of the aggravating circumstances of this case. And on the other hand, he was, speaking so lovingly about his partner. So a very interesting and, as Pierre said, riveting press conference, David.
It was.
That Gaylord, ABC News correspondent, said those text messages were touching. Oh, they were so touching. And these are the people that brainwash idiots like the shooter, all these woke idiots who celebrated CHARLiE KiRK's death. We're past normalization of trannies and gays. Now we're in the celebration phase. Oh, so touching. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. He should have been like, those text messages made me want to vomit. Just thinking about how it was two men, two gays, calling each other love. I mean, that's what you'll hear on the Sewer News Network, which is why YouTube shut that channel down too. They took down both my channels. Hiding in a bush, texting like a 1920s London gent. Exactly, dude. Exactly. If those transcripts are legit, and I mean the punctuation, the commas, everything, it's 100% fake. It's literally not possible for Zoomers to have a conversation like that. It's not possible. Are you with me on this? Like, it's literally not possible. I'm not trying to be funny. It's not possible. So those were fake. Those were fake. So what else is fake? What else is fake? Guys, you got to think of it this way. If they're blatantly lying about this, they're not lying about everything else? They're not lying about everything else? Because who released the texts? Would that be the FBI? That would be the FBI, right? I'm assuming. So the FBI made up some fake texts and released it to the public. Why would the FBI be covering things up? So then we go back to, wait, the FBI's in on it? The FBI killed CHARLiE KiRK? Or they were involved in it? Maybe somebody else is the main player and the FBI cooperated in assassinating an American citizen? A conservative? That's pretty wild, dude. That's pretty wild. That your FBI under Donald Trump, and I'm not saying he's involved. He may be, I don't know. But this is the new FBI, right? This is the new FBI we were promised. Cash Patel, day one, I'm shutting down the Hoover building. I'm making it into a museum. That guy, under his watch, were created a fake text exchange between the supposed killer and his bungus boyfriend. Wow. I just made this realization on air, dude. The FBI is involved in faking this. The cover-up. Be careful. They're going to disappear you now and us probably. Wouldn't be surprised if SK just falls out of a window now. And the Federal Bureau of Israel claims it's self-inflicted. Dude, guys, please, if they kill me, do not believe any text message exchanges between me and a boyfriend. I'm not gay. Dude, listen, it would suck being murdered. It would suck more that in the aftermath of my death, they make me look like a gay. So, you know, all those guys who got killed, like McAfee said, I'm happy, I'm not suicidal, I didn't kill myself. All those people, there's been a bunch of people like this who have said, guys, I'm not suicidal, I'm happy, I would not kill myself, and then they died. My message is, I don't care about the killing part if they make it look like a suicide. I'm not gay. Guys, I'm not gay. I'm heterosexual. Kill me all you want. Don't make it look like I was a gay. Carry on my legacy of heterosexuality. Remember me as a straight man. Remember me as a straight man. Look at my link. Okay, where is this? It's hard for me to scroll on the laptop, though. Let's see here. Oh, there we go. Where's your link? What was your name again? Cerebral Havoc. I'm not seeing this. I'm not seeing a link. It's on X. What? Dude, how far do I have to scroll up? There's a video about a guy using a hidden pistol from the front row looking like an agent. I don't see a link, dude. I don't think a pistol would create a hole like that, dude. I don't know. There's definitely something fishy here. The fact that the FBI, dude, and I just realized this live on stream, because I'm like, hey, these text messages are fake. And then I realized, well, who's releasing it? The FBI. The FBI created a fake text message exchange. Why? So they're involved. The FBI was involved in killing Charlie Kirk. That is insane, dude. But why would they use some secret hidden weapon when they can just put a shooter on the roof? Yeah, that doesn't make any sense, dude. You're right. You're right. Some guy's sitting there with a pistol like this. I hope nobody will notice this gunshot going off right next to them. I'm sure nobody will hear this. Let's see what Izzy Soros has to say here. Zoomers do not talk like that. Dude, that's what I'm saying. So they had either used AI app to talk, which they do now apparently. Oh, really? So it's like, could maybe be through their thoughts, but put into better words because they use chat. So you can be talking into it in your retard Zoomer speak, and then it spits it out. Talking like a 1920s London gent, as the other guy said. I suppose. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Bailey just tipped a massive, extra juicy 50 sewer bucks. Holy crap, Bailey. What are you doing? This is insane. But this might be my final sewer bucks. Guys, I probably will not survive the night after what I've exposed on this stream to a massive 40 people. Bailey says, if the sewer king is taken out, we will all grow mustaches in your honor, even the women. Bless your heart, Bailey. Guys, Bailey looks amazing in a mustache. I've seen it. Thank you, Bailey. Thank you so much for the financial support. All this time. I mean, it's been over a year. You've been supporting the sewer. Week in, week out. Thank you so much. And most of all, Bailey, please spread the message that I was not gay. Okay? Because that's the first thing they're going to try to do. They're going to try to humiliate me. Thank you so much for the support. That's huge. What's up with the screwdriver? What are we talking about, guys? What are we talking about right now? Oh, you tweeted the link to me? Okay. Let's check it out. Where would I find that? Notifications. Mentions, right? Mentions? Oh, there it is. Okay, this video... Hold on, let's pause this. This video turned up the other day. It's a longer version. This one I put is shortened. It clearly shows someone standing right in front of CHARLiE using a palm pistol. Okay, let's see this. Okay, so this is a palm pistol. Protector palm pistol. Chicago Firearms. A 32 rimfire. Dude, do you think a rimfire caliber would put that type of hole in somebody? Now let's see if this video does show that. This looks kind of like a blurry video here.
10 years. Counting or not counting gang violence?
This is too loud.
Counting or not counting gang violence? Counting or not counting gang violence?
All I see is a guy adjusting his shirt sleeve. If he would have missed the jugular, that would have just been a little flesh wound. Why would they risk that? Dude, yeah, no, this is... Dude, listen, I love this type of stuff. Not Charlie Kirk dying, but, you know, these type of alternate theories. All I see is a guy adjusting his shirt sleeve. And he also was shocked by the sound of the rifle. He went like this. If you're the shooter, you're not going, oh. There's no gun in that hand. There's nothing in that hand. There is nothing in that hand. And the hand is pressed against the shirt like this. If it's this, it's in the palm. He's like this. He's like this. He would have shot a hole through. Look how the hand is clenched over the arm. He would have shot a hole through his bicep. Come on, guys, give me alternate theories that are plausible. He went like this. Where's the gun shooting from? Secondly, and I don't mean this as an asshole, do you own a gun? Have you ever fired a gun? You're gonna risk your one shot at assassination here. With a shot like this? With a shot like this? Dude, that's like the shot of just shooting from your hip. Imagine shooting from your hip, trying to hit a guy in the neck or head. Dude, some of you have seen too many movies and have never shot a gun in real life. Dude, you're gonna risk your one shot shooting like this? And there's no steadying it. There's no just pulls up his arm, fires immediately, and he got him. Dude, he pulled his arm up, bang. Dude, Deadpool wouldn't have made that shot. Come on. That's why I wanted to show you so I could get your eagle eye rat analysis. Oh, okay. So you're open to it not being real. Okay. Then, I mean, no offense by that. Thank you for sending this so we can check it out. If he's like a Navy SEAL sniper or something. Well, the thing is, those snipers are trained here. Because you're good at this doesn't mean you're good at this. There's no way they would risk that. And at 32, I didn't even know that was a caliber. That sounds like a glorified 22, which would be like a mosquito bite. Anyway, sorry for being hard on you. I thought maybe you were convinced about this, but if you're just sharing an alternate theory, thank you for sending in and so we could check it out. But dudes, all the people celebrating this. I saw more videos of people celebrating Charlie Kirk's death than people mourning his death. I can't believe there are that many demented psychopaths. And then when they lost their jobs, every last one of them, when they would make a video about it, would say, I can't believe I lost my job just for sharing my opinion. But you're okay with some being executed for their opinion. I can't believe I lost my job over my opinion. You were celebrating somebody being executed for their opinion. So you can be executed for your opinion. That should be celebrated. Lose your job over your opinion? What? What is happening? What kind of country is this? Now, here's a guy who has his own business, and he celebrates Charlie Kirk's death. Check this out.
Big shout out to the folks trying to get me fired from my own company because you didn't like what I had to say. I spoke to HR, who is also me, and we both agreed. Big shout out to the folks trying to get me fired from my own company because you didn't like what I had to say. I spoke to HR, who is also me, and we both agreed that what I said was not only super cool, but also funny. And our official company stance is that you can stay mad. Hope that helps.
Yeah, apparently this retard doesn't understand the concept of Google reviews. So you can't get fired from your business, but your business can lose business. Having said that, I need you guys to be a little smarter. So there was a couple instances where, for example, there was a woman who was trashing Nick Fuentes is the GOAT right now. Excuse me? You watch your mouth. Guys, who's the GOAT right now and always? Who's the GOAT right now? How do you come into my rat chat, and tell me somebody else is the GOAT? Who's the GOAT? Thank you. You watch your goddamn mouth in my rat chat. So there was that one woman in, I think it was California, and she went off celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, and she was a stay-at-home mom or something. But her husband had, let's just say, an electrical company. He's an electrician. I think it was. I might be wrong. Anyways, people went, they found that out and just destroyed that company in like Yelp reviews, right? But here's the problem. Almost everybody who went and left a negative review was too obvious about it. So I might be getting these stories mixed up, but I think she was mocking thoughts and prayers, right? Well, one of them was. There was a few instances of this where people who were upset about Charlie Kirk's death went and just bad review bombed these businesses, right? But they would in their Yelp review, they would say, you celebrated Charlie Kirk's death, or your wife celebrated Charlie Kirk's death. You're a bad person. Or I saw ones where the comments was just thoughts and prayers, thoughts and prayers, thoughts and prayers, because the person mocking Charlie death was mocking the whole thoughts and prayers sentence, right? So review after review would be 1 star and say thoughts and prayers, thoughts and prayers. Guys, Yelp is going to delete all those reviews. They get rid of fraudulent reviews, or like you don't think other businesses can try to do fake reviews on a competitor? They have systems in place to remove these, fake reviews. So don't make it so obvious and say, oh my God, you're a bad person. You celebrate Charlie Kirk's death. You go and say, oh, this person was late for the job, and then they made a mess of my toilet, and they did a horrible job, and wires were still hanging out of the building, out of the light fixture, and I'm afraid this place is going to catch fire. I called him to have come fix it, and he won't return my calls. Dude, do fake reviews like that. Don't mention Charlie Kirk in your review. It's going to be taken down. The bad press will last 2 days until Yelp cleanses all your obviously fake reviews. Come on. Be creative. He told me he would give me a discount if I touched him. Exactly. That type of stuff, dude. Come on, don't be so obvious about it. Have some sense. You don't think these review sites that are worth billions of dollars don't have systems in place to remove these types of reviews? Come on. Let's take a break from this Charlie Kirk thing just to show you this. So this is Edmonton. Edmonton is in Canada. It's in Alberta, right? And for the people that are pushing this idea that Alberta is Canada's Texas, right? That's all I heard growing up. Alberta is Canada's Texas. All right. This is in Alberta. This is a politician in the Conservative Party. Listen to this. This is the Conservative MP for Edmonton Southeast. This is the Conservative Party of the Texas of Canada. Okay? Are you ready for this?
This will propose that this bill goes to committee for proper review, for proper safeguards to be put in place so that Canadian citizenship is not misused, it's not abused, and it's equally valued by the hardworking non-born Canadians like me, like millions other, so that they also feel appreciated. There should be no two-tier test for immigration. This will propose that this bill goes to committee for proper review, for proper safeguards to be put in place so that Canadian citizenship is not misused, it's not abused, and it's equally valued by the hardworking non-born Canadians like me, like millions other, so that they also feel appreciated.
So notice he's pushing for more immigration. That's the Conservative Party of the Texas of Canada. This guy's pushing for more immigration. From India, I would imagine. Amazing. This is the Conservative Party of Canada's Texas. Pushing for more immigration. Amazing. Amazing. Canada's done if this is your Texas. Also, Texas is slipping too. Probably from all the Californians moving there during COVID. Case in point, here's a video from a Texas university. Where is this? Is it up here? It's down here. Let's get rid of this. Okay, this is from Texas State University. This is at a Charlie Kirk memorial. Before we see the rest of what this guy does, look at this cuck right here, who looks like he has a suspiciously large nose. Do with that what you will. Look at this cuck just loving this black guy mocking Charlie Kirk's death. Just pay attention to this guy for a sec. And he spat right there. You're the only N-word around, buddy. See, the thing is, blacks are so sensitive about the N-word. They're keeping it alive. Nobody's walking around calling Japanese people Japs. Okay? All the racial slurs for every other nationality have basically died off. These guys keep it alive by saying it 5,000 times a day. Every other word in their rap songs. They're keeping it alive. If you don't like the word, stop saying it. You're the ones keeping it alive. Let's keep it alive by putting it in our rap music, saying it every other word. Let's keep it alive. Let's popularize it. And then be offended when other people say it. It's their version of like. Yeah, it's every other word. But then if you say it, they will literally murder people on the street if the person says it. I mean, they'll do it. They'll murder you on the street for no reason. But if you say it, like, it's over. That's how bad it is, and yet every other word is them saying it. Now, happy ending, this guy got expelled. And you know he only got in the university from DEI, lower standards. There's no way. And I'm not saying because he's black. There's a black guy he's in politics. He's like a brain surgeon or something. Okay? And this guy's not showing any signs of intelligence. But there was this whole thing after what happened with Charlie Kirk that they were saying, oh yeah, we're done. The conservatives were saying, we're done. We're not playing nice anymore. The gloves are off, yada, yada. Sorry, but not much has changed as far as your reactions to the left's aggression. Okay? You can say all you want. Yeah, we're done now. Now we're going to do what they do and blah, blah, blah. No, that's not happening. And I know that to be the case because I just watched a video of a guy at a Charlie Kirk memorial who mocked Charlie Kirk and walked off unscathed. Isasaurus Rex tipped 5 juicy Surbucks. Let's check out her comment. And it is a her. Ben Carson. Yes, exactly. Ben Carson. Hold up. Let's read Izzysaurus's message here. Just supporting the sewer. Thanks, King. Thank you so much for helping to keep the sewer alive with your sewer bucks. Really appreciate it, Izzy. You rock. Ben Carson is a great man. Yeah. Thomas Howell? Another great dude. This guy? Nothing. It's trash. So, my point is that right after KiRK's shooting, it was, we're done, the gloves are off, we're done playing nice. And yet, this guy, damn it, I thought I saved it. Okay, let me scroll back up, and if I can't find it, then we'll just talk about it. So this guy at the Texas University, he goes up to the Charlie Kirk memorial. He mocks Charlie Kirk. He spits on the memorial. And he just walked off unscathed. Now, I'm not saying you should beat people up like that, but I'm saying let's not act like, oh, the gloves are off now and we're going to do what they do. Because no, nothing's changed. You're still letting them act however the hell they want, do whatever the hell they want, and then they just walk right off. Yeah, I don't think I'm finding this. Maybe the tweets were deleted or something, but I'm sure some of you saw this. So that was one example right there. Neo Leo the philosopher? Wait, what's she saying? I have no idea. Okay. So did you guys see the clip of... Wait, first I want to talk about this Texas University situation. If during the George Floyd era, you went to a George Floyd memorial, vigil, whatever, and you go, oh, I can't breathe, and then you spit. Like this guy went, oh, my neck, ooh, and then said F that N-word. If you did that at a George Floyd memorial, would you have walked out alive? Be honest. Is there any chance you are walking out of that alive? I'll remind you, there was a young white woman, like 20, 21, who I think may have been a mom too. She was at a George Floyd thing or walking past it with some of her friends too, not alone, and said, all lives matter. That's what she said. That's all she said. All lives matter. They shot her in the head and killed her for saying all lives matter. Not F George Floyd, not, oh, I can't breathe, but saying all of our lives matter. Murdered her. It would be the last thing you ever did? Absolutely. You are not walking out of that alive. Period. The only chance you're walking out of it alive, and you're not walking out, but you're leaving that alive, is as a vegetable, as a paraplegic, maybe 3% chance your body survives, but now you can't move from the waist down, or you're brain dead or something like that. So the video I was trying to find that's gone, some of you may have seen this. It was this black guy with like dreads, and he had gone to a Charlie KiRK memorial where they had painted a mural of Charlie KiRK, and he took out spray paint and started to spray paint over the face of Charlie KiRK. And what did the conservatives do? The conservatives, gloves are off. Now we're going to fight fire with fire. We're not holding back anymore. We don't care about optics anymore. They just pepper sprayed him in the face. That's it. They didn't beat him up, nothing. No further repercussions. Pepper sprayed him in the face. And then he sat on the side of the sidewalk with a couple of white women. One had a Juneteenth shirt on, and they were like pouring water in his eyes and consoling him and all that. and there was a cop there too. And somebody was recording him sitting there and be like, yeah, that's right. That's what you get. Blah, 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 blah. Dude, if you had done that at a George Floyd memorial, you went there and you spray painted over one of the thousands of murals they painted of him, you would not have walked out alive. And again, I'm not saying that this is what the right should do, but stop acting like, oh yeah, now we're going to do the same thing they do. We're not putting up with it anymore. Dude, you pepper sprayed him and let him go. Look up the guy who got beat up in Boise, Idaho. When was this? Was this for George Floyd or was it for this? So anyways, dude, let's not act like y'all are on the same level here. All right, guys, I'm running out of steam, dude. I'm running out of steam here. And my Red Bull is almost finished. I got another sip. Maybe this sip will carry me another 10 minutes. Whoa, what is this? Oh my gosh, Ed Harvey is back. With another 10 sewer bucks. Thank you for your support, Ed. Let's check this out. Just curious, did you Americans hear about Tommy Robinson's rally he held in London on Saturday? Absolutely, dude. First of all, thank you so much for your support, Ed. Really appreciate it. Yeah, I saw the drone footage where the mainstream media said, 100,000 people turned out, and it was millions, or at least 1 million. Yeah, dude. That was a hell of a turnout. Good job, dudes. Looks like the UK's sick of it. And you know, the UK is worse than Canada as far as what's been implemented. For example, the number of people getting arrested over Facebook posts, that doesn't happen in Canada yet. However, you would never get a turnout like that in Canada. You would get a very small turnout and all those people would be arrested, trampled by police horses, and their bank accounts frozen. You would not get 1 million plus people in the streets protesting for that. Maybe if it was for the George Floyd situation, sure. So even though things are worse in UK, you guys apparently, as much as I thought you guys were cucks, not you, Ed. Wow, not even close to Canada, dude. Canada, that would never happen. Canada, that would never happen, dude. You get 4 people, they'd be arrested and their bank accounts frozen and thrown in prison for 20 years. All right, I need something. I'm going to die. Oh, speaking of dying, guys, my ivermectin finally came in. My 10 packs of ivermectin. It was late and delayed and finally came. And my greatest fears came true. I pulled it out. I've bought this brand before from Amazon. I pulled this out of the box and immediately went, oh, that looks off. These boxes are normally glossy. The cardboard finish is glossy. This is a matte finish. Gosh, it almost looks like it's been made out of photocopier at home. Then we opened it up. And this thing is hanging off, which the other ones don't do, the official ones. You know, like, what is this? How do I move this? How do I get this out of the way? And then, when you squeeze this out, so if you've ever had this horse paste, ivermectin, it's basically a solid, like a semi-solid. When you push it out, it maintains its shape. It's like the end of a pencil. The erasers, it sits out like that. This one, look at what this one does. Look at the consistency of this one. Hang on. Just this wet, soupy mess. and so I looked it up because I thought, is there actually counterfeit ivermectin? I Googled it, fake horse ivermectin. Dude, this is an actual thing. Here's a post on Facebook comparing the real ones and the fake ones. I found a YouTube video of a woman comparing the fake box and the real box. This is actually counterfeit. That's why it's a fifth of the price of the ones on Amazon. The ones on Amazon are now going for $15. I used to pay $5 to $7. They're now $15. These were $3.50 each. I bought a 10-pack for $35. Shipping included. So God knows what this even is. Some petroleum jelly from China that has lead in it or something. Like they're selling counterfeit medicine on eBay. And I went to do a PayPal chargeback, and they're like, you have to talk to the eBay seller first because they want you working it out yourself, right? Messaged them, didn't reply for 2 days. Sent like 5 messages. Finally, they messaged back, what's your order number? Send the order number. Been another couple days. The listing for their ivermectin has been taken down. I didn't report the listing. It was taken down. It said for a policy violation. So I guess other people have gotten their fake ivermectin. So God knows what kind of poison this is from China. Like, how can you sell this stuff? A counterfeit consumable? And it doesn't even have the apple taste. This is apple flavor? I've had their apple flavor. The one they're knocking off. I mean, the real one is a weird apple flavor. It doesn't taste great. It doesn't even have an apple flavor. This tastes like... Well, I've never eaten petroleum jelly, but I would imagine that's what I just had. I tasted it. No, I swallowed the whole thing. And that was like a double dose of what I would normally take. The thing is, I hate wasting money, so I'm going to go through this whole box. I've already finished one of these tubes. I finished one of these tubes in record time. I just take like double the dose to get through it quickly. Because I got 10 boxes of these to finish. Like, what did I just consume? Gotta wash that down, dude. Are the ingredient lists different? Oh, Bailey, you sweet, naive girl. Do you think they're going to be honest with the ingredients list? They copied the ingredients list of the official one and just put whatever gobbledygook in there. Dried horse cum? Dude, it's wetter than the normal horse cum. At least it's not moldy. Thank you. We got a half glass full type of guy here. Now, guys, listen. For you conservatives out there, you MAGA supporters, you got to be careful, dude. You got to be careful. Yours is glossy. Yeah, that's the real stuff. That's the real stuff. The fake stuff is a matte finish. They just print it off at home. So guys, while I eat my protein bar, I want you to listen to this and be very afraid if you're a conservative.
So I guess it's all good to wear one of them red hats in federal buildings and wherever. Do you think that will protect you if you're wearing that hat? There is consequences and repercussions for doing stupid shit. If I see one of them red hats, I'm gonna put my hands on it. I'm already 2-0. I'm already 2-0 against a couple red hats. So when I say I'm gonna do it, check this out. I mean, oh, I promise you. Oh, I promise you I'll do it. And you won't stand a chance. I'm very good at what I do. I wasn't blessed with a whole lot of other skills or intelligence. But getting down one-on-one with human beings, I'm good at. So I guess it's all good to wear one of them red hats.
The only thing more nauseating than a white liberal woman is a wigger. Guys, they're so tolerant. Guys, they're all about love. They were sick of Charlie Kirk's hatred. Guys, mustache or goatee, which is it? Profile? Mustache or goatee? What's this poll about? You see me with a mustache, you see me with a goatee. Which one? Which one do you like better? Obviously, I'm beautiful both ways, but which is your preference? Begonia, is that a vote for mustache? The one thing that bothers me about the mustache, okay, is how all of a sudden it's trendy. I wore it back when the reaction every single time was laughter. People laughed at me. And now every single dude has a mustache. Except for the Dagestanis, who are ass backwards. No, I'm not going to shave the mustache. The question is, mustache on its own or mustache with the goatee? No, I'm not a neckbeard. You look like you need a cowboy hat with a goatee. Dude, I'm all for cowboy hats. Goatee because of these grifters out here. See, that's the thing. It's that they've stolen the mustache, dude. They've stolen the mustache, dude. It pisses me off. You have a mustache? See, why are you copying me, dude? Don't let them ruin the mustache for all of us. The thing is, do I go in hiding with a goatee until this mustache, I don't want to say trend, but this mustache trend blows over and then come back out with it? Do I do that, or do I just barrel on through and have people think, oh, he's just being trendy. He's copying the trends. Thing is, I'm a trend setter, not a trend follower. But when you keep rocking the trend during the trend, people can't tell the difference. You are the mustache goat, barrel on. F what they think. I appreciate that. But shouldn't the goat have a goatee? Dudes, I'm going to show you a video that just the rage that bubbled in me seeing this. Watch this and tell me how you feel. Okay? This kid here that you'll see in a second on this side, not this guy. This guy's autistic. This guy's autistic right here. Watch this.
One more time, bro. One more time, bro. Let's go. I'm saying 2 times today. I'm good. Man. See, that's what you get because you don't want to fight. That's what you get because you don't want to fight, nigga.
Oh, the rage. Oh, the rage. So the black guy in the shower cap wanted to fight. The autistic kid didn't want to fight. So he sucker punches him in the face and says, that's what you get for not wanting to fight. And then, instead of people coming to his aid, we got this other guy dancing around with something. I don't know why they all have to have something stupid on their heads. And then the cameraman's giggling and filming it. And they all think it's okay. to beat up an autistic kid, to sucker punch an autistic kid. The death penalty is too good for them. They need to be tortured to death. Just look at this idiot. Do you see his backpack? Do you see his backpack? He's got a Cookie Monster backpack. This badass. Do you see the Cookie Monster backpack? And a shower cap. Imagine dancing around with some effing sweater on your head while your friend punches someone with autism. I would be ashamed if that was my friend. Dude, exactly. Not just ashamed, but you'd be trying to stop him. Oh, is that Baby Shark? I don't know. I think I see cookie crumbs in the mouth. Do you see that brown stuff? I think those are cookie crumbs in the mouth. I'm fighting my friend in that case? Absolutely, dude. That's what's up.
2 times today. I'm good. Man. See, that's what you get because you don't want to fight. That's what you get because you don't want to fight.
Very bad, bro. I'm very bad. Very bad? Ah, do the shit again. Don't do it again. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Don't do it again. Leave him alone. Let him go.
Yeah, that's so funny. That's so funny, guys. Keep laughing. Guys, let me tell you something. For all these people, I'm telling you that shower cap guy celebrated Charlie Kirk's death. I'm sure of it. If you guys think it's okay to be executed for your opinion, it's okay for me to execute you over beating up an autistic kid, right? And he had a full wind-up. The other guy wasn't looking. Full wind-up. Hardest punch he can land. And it barely phased the autistic kid. I mean, he held his face, and I think he said it hurt. But as Farron says here, he couldn't knock him out. How do you not knock out some autistic kid? Full wind-up. Sucker punch to the jaw, and he just goes, ow. Don't do that again. What a pussy. But dude, what has happened to this world? In the 80s, the white jocks would have come over and stomped this guy out for sucker punching that kid. Dude, they would have stomped him out. Okay, they would have stomped him because they don't keep hitting you when you're on the ground. We didn't do that in the 80s. But they would have beat the crap out of him. Somebody would have like suplexed him. Whites have become pussified. Simple. Yep. I'm not going to argue that. And actually, what the F is the reason that nothing has happened to that Roger Jackson fool? Yeah. Remember the story became, oh, it's because the detectives are building a case. Really? What was it, 3 weeks ago? They still haven't arrested him. Yeah. It's what I said in my very first stream about it. Nothing's going to happen. It's California. He's black. Nothing will happen. And daddy's rich. Dude, everything sucks. That should have been the name of this stream. Everything sucks. Dude, everything sucks. That should have been the name of this stream. Everything sucks. Everything, dude, everything is so lame. Everything is so gay right now. Bring the asteroid? Oh, I'm just waiting, dude. That's all, listen. That's all these streams are. We're just killing time waiting for that asteroid. It's too far gone. That Jackson kid actually got a paid gig to go to some other wrestling promotion. Dude, you got to be kidding me. I'm Irish and Ireland is absolutely effed up. You wouldn't believe it. No, I believe it. I believe it. I've seen some stuff about it. And is it true that Connor polled at 2% when he was going to run for prime minister? You can tell you're cucked if Connor only gets 2%. Because you can say, oh, he wouldn't make a good politician, blah, blah, blah. Compared to the alternative, at least his head's in the right place as far as his vision. Ireland is rioting. Well, I guess they're less cucked than Canada again. Is Canada the most cucked nation? They've got to be, right? Because some nations have it worse as far as what the police are doing and whatnot. But as far as the people themselves, is anyone more cucked than Canada? So speaking of Canada, check this out. So this is in Canada. This woman who is a gypsy from India. Okay, I figured that out. Not I figured that. I read that in the comments. It's a type of gypsy, the Roma gypsy. They're from India. I didn't know India had gypsies. Watch as this woman in Canada, this gypsy, this Indian gypsy, steals jewelry from an old woman.
Come, Mama, come. Hey. Oh, thank you. I love you, Mama. Oh, thank you. Where do you live? The Mama. You live here? Yes, Mama. They go, they come, yes.
So, if you didn't see what happened right there, this gypsy woman, I guess, goes door to door. She doesn't know this woman. She comes out and says, I want to give you this necklace. Now notice, she's already wearing a necklace with this pendant, okay? She's already wearing this pendant. She already has a necklace on that is more valuable than the plastic piece of crap this gypsy is going door to door with. His sewer queen? Who's my sewer queen? Who's my sewer queen? So, she's got her necklace on. She comes out, the old lady saying, oh, where are you from? Watch, this fake bitch gives the old lady a kiss on the cheek as she robs her. So she puts her piece of crap necklace around her neck. As she undoes the more valuable necklace already on her neck. Who's coughing in the background? Dude, I'm doing all the coughing. Literally nobody's coughing here. Is that the street noise? I have the window open. Oh, that's the sound of this, dude. There's a dog barking in the background. Listen.
I love you, Mama. Oh, thank you. Where do you live? The Mama. You live here? Yes, Mama.
Dude, that's the old lady's dog barking. So the gypsy is saying, oh, I love you, gives her a kiss. Puts on the fake necklace while undoing the expensive necklace. This is in Canada, by the way. There it is. See the pendant? The heart pendant? That's what she had on. She removed it. She's sneaking it behind her back. This is Canada, folks. You're being taken over, dudes. North African migrants in France show off the designer clothes they received for free and tell other Muslims to move to Europe so they can enjoy the same benefits. Let's watch. Well, I mean, it's not in English and it's not being subtitled, so I guess we'll have to take the word for it, but let's watch. Dude, what the F? Dude, what? This is what Down syndrome looks like in Muslims? Not trying to make fun of people with special needs, but you're just importing people that are going to increase the strain on your healthcare system? Because I'm sure these guys are getting free healthcare. That's what happens when you marry your cousin. Yeah, apparently, dude.
اسمعني يخدم 10 على 10 عندك ما عندك شي انا تسافر بيه وفوتي اسمعني فري ما يبيحش نخدموا 10 على 10 ما عندكش 10 على 10
You know, when these guys rape white girls in Europe, they let this guy have a turn. You know that, right? You know that, right? Guy's got Brown syndrome. I don't know what they're saying, but I'm sure it's something stupid. Oh, for sure. You can tell by the hand movements. Dude, the West is done. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but you let the elites just keep pushing and pushing and pushing, and now it's too late. And hey, I'm not saying don't fight back, don't have your protests, whatever. But from my viewpoint, it's too late, dudes. Like, what is Canada going to do? Deport 3 million Indians that came over the last couple of years? Like, revoke citizenships that some of these people got? Come on. Canada's done for, exactly. It's done for, dude. It's too late. It's finished. Canada's done for. A lot of Europe is done for. And I mean, a lot of the states is, dude, like Texas is becoming blue, dude. Record timing on the live stream? Dude, what does that mean? This guy on YouTube I watch uploaded a video. Apparently Hassan is going to jail. Okay. I hope that's the case because I saw the videos of him, the compilations where he's inciting violence, saying, you know, we need to kill the conservatives. But how many videos, dude, over the last year, how many thumbnails and titles have you seen? Hassan is 100% effed. Oh, Hassan's definitely going to jail now. Oh, Hassan is done for. Nothing has ever happened, dude. Stop it. Stop it. All right, guys, I think I'm done here. What time is it? Oh my God, it's 12, dudes. I've done 2.5 hours. Trending. The King. Oh my God, dude, they're talking about me on Twitter. They're talking about me on Twitter, dude. Let's see. What are they saying about the King? You have the King of Gays. Guys, life will humble you, you know? Okay, let's read this. We have the King of Gays, Jeffree Star, on our side, and he has not been holding back. I'm so happy that we have a strong voice like his on this side of common sense. If you're not following Jeffree, you should be, and... Okay, let's hear what he has to say. Let's hear what the King of Gays has to say.
This new world where these people want to go into the women's bathroom with your guys' children, and we're gonna think that this is okay. That's the root. You can be whoever the fuck you want to be, but this person, imagine all the mothers in the chat right now. You're at Disneyland. Everyone knows what fucking Disneyland is. Imagine you are a mother with children, and you're at Disneyland, and this thing comes in the women's restroom. Are you out of your fucking mind? Are you out of your mind? But I'm a woman. Look, I'm wearing a dress. Huh? All my parents in the chat, do you want this person in the women's restroom? I don't, and I'm a male. And society is trying to make that acceptable. In what world was I born in? Do you feel how heavy that silence is? I'm sick to my stomach. That is a grown man with a mustache telling CHARLiE that he wants to be called a she.
Yeah, listen, before you celebrate that this guy's saying this stuff, I'm conflicted because that's that's better than him pushing the agenda, the yes, men should be allowed in the women's bathroom. Okay? But at the same time, part of the reason there are so many trans is because of Jeffree Star. I'm not saying he's the biggest reason, but guys like him, that YouTube makeup influencer, was it James Charles? These people helped normalize dudes dressing up like chicks. So then the people who did that took it even further and said, we're going to use the girls' bathroom. He's against that, sure. But him and his type, his ilk, are to blame for this absolute plague of trannies out there. They were not a thing in the 80s. They were not a thing in the 90s. In the 80s and 90s, the 1 out of a million people that were like that would cross-dress on the weekends. They'd put their wives' clothes on in secret. That was it. Because of guys like him, James Charles, all those other people, and the people in charge at YouTube who push this stuff, normalized dudes dressing up as chicks. And then the really crazy one said, oh, we're also going to use the bathroom. And he's like, hey, no, that's bad. Good on him for speaking out against that, especially since he has an audience of people like that. So that is good. I don't want to take away from that. But let's not forget, this guy is partly responsible for how popular being trans is. Dude, you're part of the problem. You're partly to blame for this. Your followers were even crazier than you. That's what happened. But again, better he do this than not do this, right? Better he do this than not do this. He is speaking to that exact crowd. They're watching him. And he's saying this is a bridge too far. Okay. Dude, my views dropped during that rant. We got a lot of trans sympathizers watching right now. A depopulation agenda. Absolutely. The whites become trans, do each other in the butt. They send all their DNA into a rectum, and then they bring in third worlders, pay for their homes, pay for their food, pay for their education, pay for everything, so that they can have 8 children each family, each couple. White people become trans, don't reproduce, be gay, don't reproduce. Third worlders come here, will pay for your 8 children. You're being replaced. It's a depopulation of whites, is what it is. Wives' clothes on in secret. Dude, that's what they did in the 80s. They weren't trans back then. They were just cross-dressers. They didn't chop off their giblets. They put on their wives' panties on the weekend when she was at a Tupperware party. And in the current age, these people were hoodwinked, tricked into cutting off their genitals. Take it a step further. Am I wrong? The Crying Game. I've been meaning to watch that movie for 30 years now. All right, dudes. The views are plummeting. Nobody's watching anymore. I'm talking to myself. Oh, wow. So there's a 15-year-old girl who went missing since last year, and her body was discovered in a Tesla that belonged to singer D4VD. I guess that's a retarded way of spelling David, and this is the guy. This guy dismembered a 15-year-old and threw him in his Tesla that then got impounded. Asshole couldn't even make his Tesla payments. Yeah, and she has the same tattoo that this guy had on his, whatever. Wow, dude. Wow, wow, wow. But yet he didn't do it. No, he didn't do nothing. He was a good boy. He was a good boy. And can we talk about blacks culturally appropriating the white punk look? The white emo look? Why is that allowed? Oh, and he never reported the car stolen? Wow, he had a shh tattoo that she also had on. Wow, dudes. Is this guy's not actually famous, is he? I've never heard of him, although I stopped listening to music after 1989. Girls love the bad boy, huh? Girls just love bad boys. Oh, and this, the mesh football jersey, that's culturally appropriating 80s white guy fashion. Okay? That was a big thing. Especially cut off around here. That's no bad boy. I know, but a 15-year-old looks at a black guy with face tattoos and bling. Your dad used to wear that? What a G. That's a gay poser. No, I get it. But to a 15-year-old girl, she's going, oh my God, what a badass. Like, this is what a bad boy looks like in real life. You understand what I'm saying? Right? Magic Earring Ken wore that outfit before he was discontinued. All right, dudes, the views are plummeting. I guess we got a lot of David fans here. I don't know. Now, I want to bring back the crop top football jersey. But the problem is, after Dirty Ball King, I've lost my 4-pack. I've lost my 4-pack, dude. The people who count are still here. Absolutely. Absolutely. The real deal rats are still here. Dude, my 4-pack is totally gone, dude. And that's the price of dirty bulking, you know what I'm saying? If you want these massive gains, you got a dirty bulk. We can get it back. Dude, I'm done. You're still hot. Oh my God, Allie. You've never said that to me before. Thank you. I don't think I can diet ever again. There was a period in my life where, dude, if I wanted to lean up, I had this notebook, I counted calories and everything. I'm talking, dude, a lifetime ago. Dude, I wouldn't be able to count calories for a single meal now. Like, I'm just so spent, dude. I just don't care anymore, dude. Are any of you in that place in life right now? Like, are you kidding me? It takes all my will to just get out of bed in the morning. Yeah, let me count how many calories my banana has. So yeah, I'll attempt to diet for about an hour, and then boom, I'm just pounding down chocolate bars and soda. But this is my new phase. It's the fat phase. You got a fat king now. And historically, kings were fat. Because it was a sign of wealth. Embrace it, exactly. SK, we need some UFC videos. Dude. Dude, listen. Listen, dude. Here's the thing, dude. Are you listening? What did you think about Noche? Dude, I can't believe Diego Lopez was the underdog going into that fight. I don't care about John Silva's winning streak. I saw those underdog odds. And I thought, what? You glad the fighting turds all lost? Absolutely, dude. Your build is just like my dad's. It seems no matter how much you eat, you're not going to get in that 200 club. Literally impossible for me to hit 200. Literally impossible. I could ingest 10,000 calories a day. And that'd be difficult, but I mean like weight gainer shakes, Costco pizza. My body would not get to 200. I might be a really, really blubbery 187. If I did that, it might take 3 years for me to get from where I am now to 187, and my body would just, sorry, you can add another 5,000 calories when you're not getting heavier, dude. You seem like the type that your belly would grow, but nothing else would. That is exactly it. If I'm not doing some resistance training, right, and I dirty bulk, 100% goes to gut and love handles. I'm not like those guys that, dude, there's a lot of guys that they just overeat. It's the Walmart diet, and they're 250 pounds. And yeah, the gut sticks out the most, but they also have like these Burger King arms, you know what I mean? And huge triceps and these massive calves, right? That's one body type that, yes, they are fat, but they also build muscle just from existing and eating so much. I'm not like that. I'm not like 100%. If I'm not doing resistance training, my arms will be the exact same size as 124 pounds as when I'm 187. That 63 pounds would be on my gut. That 63 pounds would be on my gut and love handles. And my arms and legs would still be sticks. FBI Director Kash Patel says the FBI has uncovered a nihilistic, violent extremist network called 764 that is convincing children to mutilate themselves and take their own lives. Well, the first half is just the trans cult mutilating themselves. I literally don't work out. I just naturally look muscular. Oh, well, good for you. We're so happy for you, dude. Jesus Christ, the views are plummeting as I talk about my fat gut. What do you guys want from me? All right, nobody's watching anymore. I give up. I don't know what you people want from me. I don't know what you people want from me. This is pure entertainment. You're wearing leopard print. This guy's culturally appropriated the sewer, and he's wearing nail polish like a gay. Listen, the only guys that can pull off nail polish are 80s rock stars, actual famous people. Not this twink. This is culturally appropriating white rock star culture. Am I wrong? Dude, Walrus. Walrus showed up right at the end of my stream. What are you doing with your life, dude? What are you doing with your life? We want more UFC videos. You're literally the only one. I did a poll a couple weeks ago, and I asked who watches the UFC, who doesn't, and nobody watches the UFC. But dude, if I got back on YouTube and I did appeal, I filled out the appeal form. And the appeal. So when you fill out your appeal form for having your channel deleted, they say we will make a decision on this within 2 business days. 2 business days. And they said in some cases it'll take longer. So I filled out my appeal, and I also went to my partner manager. Remember they gave me a partner manager when they allowed me to have memberships? And the partner manager says, "Oh, I escalated it on your behalf." Crickets. I'm never going to hear back. Longer than getting a green card. Yeah, it was easier getting a green card. Even on KiRK, I think you're low-key shadow banned, SK. I almost never get your notifications. Yeah, people keep telling me they don't get KiRK notifications. Sorry, King, they're not gonna. Yeah, I'm not holding my breath. But if I snuck my way back onto YouTube, I think I would just do a UFC channel. I don't want to talk about. So here's the thing, guys. Unfortunately, with YouTube, you can't have a variety show. The algorithm punishes you for that. So if one day you're talking about Logan Paul, and the next week you're talking about ICE deportations, and the week after you're talking about UFC, your channel will wither away and die, which is what happened to mine. Now, they also shadow banned me. But if you know anything about the algorithm, they force you to be in a niche if you want to get any views. Every week has to be about Logan Paul. Well, that's not sustainable. Because they don't do something newsworthy once a week. Now, I could do a weekly show, or more than weekly, about UFC, because there's always something happening. What's the fights next week? What fight just happened? What thing did Dana White say? Oh my God, did you see Nina trip Logan? I did. So yeah, if you want to get relatively consistent views, any chance of getting consistent views, you have to be stuck in some micro niche forever. Ed Harvey is back with another 5 juicy sewer bucks. She tried to kill her husband? What do you mean she? Farron, I covered, tirelessly covered, how that's a dude. Stop respecting the pronouns. Farron. Ed says, show a couple of videos from the Tommy Robson rally and I'll send you another $10. Guys, I'm being blackmailed. Is that blackmail? Guys, I take requests. Jeez. This is, my God, look at this turnout. The march was framed around free speech and anti-immigration. A far-right rally called United the Kingdom. It's not far-right, dude. It's normal people. Can we agree on that? Can we agree that what they call far-right is a normal person from the 90s? Dude, a far-right extremist is a normal person from the 90s. A right-wing extremist is just a normal dude from like 15 years ago even. Look at this turnout. This would never happen in Canada. That is wild. It looks like World War Z. That is madness, dude. Because I'm thinking back to the trucker protest, which was a decent turnout in Canada back during COVID, but it was nothing like this. And to this day, most Canadians make fun of those trucker guys. Look at those flags. This is insane. This almost looks like AI. It's so crazy. No, Canada would never do this. Ever, 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 ever. You would get maybe this many people, and they'd have one Canadian flag. And then they'd have the crap beaten out of them by the cops and have their bank accounts frozen. Dude, this is wild. But it's crazy, though, that the people in the UK are like this, and yet they're worse off than Canada. Like, how did these people allow that to happen? Deleted by moderator. That's an AI mod, dude, and I can show you. That's not me. That's not anybody working for me. It's AI. AI doesn't like some words. Look. Where's my KiRK thing? Let's see. There you go. Look. Deleted AI mod for hate. Not me. Not me and not a human. There you go. Bailey said Mongoloid and it was deleted by the AI mod. And remember, guys, the hack is say gay Mongoloid and they're okay with that. Somebody say gay Mongoloid, please. Somebody say gay Mongoloid. There you go. See? Gay Mongoloid goes through. You're allowed to be a gay Mongoloid on KiRK, but you can't be a Mongoloid. There you go. See? Back to back. Mongoloid was not allowed. Gay Mongoloid allowed. Incredible. Oh my God. Whoa. If you spell it GHAY like you're trying to get around it, they actually flagged that version of gay, but not actual gay. That's amazing. Guys, we got a beep. And true to his word, Ed Harvey comes in with another 10 juicy sewer bucks. Yeah, good on you dudes, man. Turns out the UK is less cucked than Canada. That's a step. That's a step in the right direction. Canada's done, dude. It's done, dude. We're not far right. We're just right. There you go, man. Thank you for the support, Ed. Really appreciate it. Zesty Mongolian. That's allowed, yeah. KiRK's almost as gay as YouTube. Yeah. Even Twitter. I showed you guys. I'm getting censored on Twitter. If I say gay or retard, they bury my tweet and don't show it to anybody. You can't even click like on it or share them or save them or anything. And that's supposed to be the free speech platform. And they say, oh, go on Rumble, go on Rumble. Do you know what my lifetime earnings are on Rumble? I checked yesterday what my lifetime earnings on Rumble are. Anybody want to guess what my lifetime earnings are? It is monetized. It's a monetized channel. Anybody want to guess what my lifetime earnings are? $25 pennies? $23, $16. Two ketchup packets. $120. One of you almost nailed it. 20 cents. Farron was off by a nickel. 20 cents. That's how much I've made on Rumble. $0.20 lifetime earnings on Rumble. Now, already famous people that go on Rumble do well. JD Vance did a live stream a couple days ago about Charlie Kirk. He was like 2 million live viewers. Insane. Something like that. There's only up from here? Not necessarily. Things have just been going steadily down. Days ago about CHARLiE KiRK, he was like 2 million live viewers. Insane. Something like that. There's only up from here? Not necessarily. Things have just been going steadily downhill. To be honest, I don't even know what Rumble is. Exactly. And that's the problem. All right, it's 2:30. That's enough. That's enough. My blood sugar. Guys, you don't like this goatee? Come on. I look very distinguished. Look at this. Do you see this profile? I'm pretty distinguished. It makes me look even wiser. Look at that. You guys don't love this? You want the mustache, really? Look at that. That's pretty sexy. That's pretty sexy. Come on. NGL, that's pretty sexy. NGL. Low-key sexy. Low-key fire sexy NGL, no cap. No cap NGL, low sexy fire emoji, like. Glad you stayed on late enough so I could splash in the sewer stream for a little bit. I had to. It's great for the skin. Three hours. Has it been 3 hours? Oh my God, dudes. I've done longer, but maybe not on KiRK. Have I? Let's see what my longest stream is on KiRK. Dudes, come on. NGL. This goatee is low-key sexy. Low-key fire vibes. No, not this. How do I get to my old videos? Home? No. Creator dashboard? No. I don't know. Whatever. Who cares? SK, why haven't you been posting on IG? I doubt you'll get shadow banned there. Oh, dude, I would totally get either shadow banned or just deleted if I went off on there. Because all I've put on there is just my sexy ass. I haven't had any controversial opinions or anything. If SK would throw aside his morals and stream slot machines, he would have 30,000 viewers in no time. But it's good he won't. Yeah, right now, the person who's viewed the most, who's getting the highest number of streams right now, I saw it was a slots and casino person. Look, let me show you. On the side here. Okay. This guy has 11 viewers. This guy has 800. But the one with 2.2 thousand, another one 2.8 thousand, they're doing slots and casino. That's good. Let's stream to kids gambling. Yeah. Yeah. That's what we need. Gambling in front of children. Dude, this world is done, dude. KiRK is owned by Stake. Yeah, no, it makes sense that they would push the gambling ones. Since SK has been on KiRK, I explored and only found one person worth watching, and that's Me. Guys, listen, I need some movie recommendations. Now, I rarely watch movies, dude. I'll go months without watching a movie. Or I'll watch 10 minutes of it, stop it, and go another few months without watching a movie. But recently I watched the entire, Friday the 13th series. And it was not scary at all. I think I had one jump scare in one of the later sequels. The Hateful Eight. I've seen that one. No, wait. Stop recommending stuff for a second. Stop recommending for a second. So I watched all of Friday the 13th. 80s action movies. I agree, but stop. I'm going somewhere with this. So, I watched all of Friday the 13th. I think one jump scare got me after like 12 of them. I watched all of the Nightmare on Elm Street recently. The first one's very good. It's a good movie. And the Nightmare on Elm Street movies are better movies than Friday the 13th. They're better made, they're better written, they're better directed and shot. But still, was not scary. Can you guys recommend a horror movie that's actually scary? I remember when I saw the first Insidious, it scared the crap out of me. But the thing is, I'd seen like one horror movie before then. So when you're kind of like a virgin to that stuff, things are scary. I wonder if I went back and watched it now, if it would be scary. Maximum Overdrive. Oh, wait, Stephen King is a douchebag. I did watch that one, though. F Machine Mechanic. What? Sleepaway Camp 1 to 3. I enjoyed them. So, guys, the Terrifier trilogy, that shit. Oh, my gosh. That was the first time I ever swore on stream, and that's because I read out what Ari said. Our little 18-year-old angel. And I didn't realize that was a swear word. Normally, Ari, you little bastard. Normally, I censor your swear words. By normally, I mean every single time, but I read before I realized what it was. I apologize to the ladies in the sewer who probably fainted from hearing me swear. Exorcist scarred me for life. But Ali, do you think that's because you watched it 40 years ago when we hadn't seen many scary things, so we weren't desensitized? Do you think if I watched, I think I've seen The Exorcist, I believe. If I watched that now, would I be scared? Like, what have you guys watched? The Conjuring. Did I watch that? That sounds familiar. Like, tell me something you watch now as an adult that scared you. Also, is this guy in every single horror movie ever made? He was in all the Insidious. And these are not scary. The Nun, the Conjuring? I thought this was The Nun. What's going on here? None of these are scary, dude. This stuff doesn't scare me when they look like that. Or the Annabelle stuff. That stuff doesn't scare me. Nothing scares me now. It's just all stressful. Yeah. House of a Thousand Corpses. I saw that. That wasn't really scary, though. Satan scares the crap out of you? Like the actual Satan? Or is there a movie called Satan? I can't remember the last time I wanted something scary. What does that mean? You don't want somebody scary? Terrifier 3 scared me, but it was mostly just because of how gory it was. Yeah, that was torture porn type of thing. It was just very gory. None of Terrifier scared me. I don't know if I've seen part 3. I've seen 1 and 2. Blair Witch. But is that because we watched that in the 90s? If you watched it today, after everything else you've watched in your life, would that scare you? Yeah, you guys don't have a single recommendation for me. Thanks for nothing, huh? Thanks for nothing, dudes. The Leprechaun? The one from the 80s? I'm afraid of a walk in the woods behind my house alone. I'm a scaredy cat. No, that's a reasonable fear as a woman. You should be aware of the dangers of going out in the woods as a woman. So there's a reason you're scared. Don't dismiss that. Keep your head on a swivel and carry mace, even if it's your own place. Who knows who's back there? You don't think there aren't crazy homeless people sleeping in people's wooded areas? Did you ever watch Maximum Overdrive? That's the one about the possessed semi-truck that keeps driving around the diner, right? If that's the one, yeah, I've seen it. Interview with the Vampire with like Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise? Was I about to call him Thomas Cruise? Yeah, I saw Maximum Overdrive. SK is blowing up. Oh yeah, look at the 45 views, dude. All right, dudes, my blood sugar is crashing and I'm all out of snacks and Red Bull. Barbarian. Was that the one where two people show up at the same spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, cover your ears. Is that the one where two people show up at the same Airbnb and then underneath the Airbnb there's that whole area with with the mother? Yeah, I saw that one. Do you guys want to have a sewer movie night? And by movie night, I mean movie morning. I watch a movie here and we just talk about it. Because even when I cover the most trending topics, I still only get 40 viewers. So what does it matter? Let's just watch some stupid movie. And I feel like on KiRK I could get away with it. And I mean as far as copyright goes. If you're doing that on YouTube, your stream will be taken down midway. Copyright strike, demonetized, sent to Alligator Alcatraz. Yeah, let's just watch a movie next week. Doesn't matter. I'm talking about Charlie Kirk's assassination cover-up and we're getting 40 views. Doesn't matter what I talk about. It's in the 40s. KiRK doesn't promote this. KiRK doesn't notify my 1.6 thousand followers. And I know 1.6 thousand isn't a lot, but 40 out of 1.6 thousand is pathetic. Yeah, you know what? Screw it. This is just becoming... We're going back to Sewer King TV, where I just watch movies and make fun of them. That's it. That's what we're doing next week. I don't care to dig up topics, trending topics, talk about... It doesn't matter what I do. This channel will never be anything. I give up. Okay, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.